Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Dear students, I am Aftab Alam Zikriya Muqaddam from Mechanical Engineering Department. Today we are here for important session, that is design procedure of socket and spigot cotter joint. As we know, socket and spigot cotter joint is a machine component used to join two tensile rods, which are basically used in strap end of connecting rod, then to join pump rod with piston rod, and tractor trolley, etc. are the basic application where you will find design, that is socket and spigot cotter joint. So here we are going to see step by step procedure for designing its various components. So step number 1 is failure of rod end in tension. Because of tensile load P, that rod end area will going to fail. So that cross sectional area is pi by 4 d square. So from this area will determine tensile strength of this rod end. So for that, P is equal to tensile stress into area. So upon substituting this value of area, we'll get value of P sigma T into pi by 4 d square. This is the tensile strength of rod end. Step number 2 is failure of cotter in double shear. So because of that tensile load P, cotter will be sheared off at two different positions, and load is parallel to that failure. That's why it is known as double shear failure. So in this failure, the resisting area, that is A, is equal to 2 into width into thickness of cotter. Therefore area is equal to 2 into B into T. So upon substituting this value of area, the shear strength of this cotter is P is equal to tau into area. Therefore P is equal to tau into 2 into B into T. So this is the shear strength of cotter. So step number 3 is failure of spigot in tension. Because of tensile load P, at slot that spigot will going to fail. So that cross section you can see here. This is the cross sectional area, that is equal to outer area minus area of this rectangular slot. So area is equal to pi by 4 d2 square minus d2 into t. So upon substituting this value, we'll get strength equation of this spigot end is equal to P is equal to sigma T into area. Therefore P is equal to sigma T into pi by 4 d2 square minus d2 into T. This is the tensile strength of spigot end. Step number 4 is failure of spigot in shear. So because of tensile load P, cotter will remove the piece of spigot, means it shear offs the part of spigot end. So you can see this area. So area is equal to 2A into D2. So shear strength equation for spigot end, P is equal to tau into A. So P is equal to tau into 2A into D2. This is the strength equation for spigot end in shear. In step number 5, that is failure of spigot in crushing. So as we know that crushing is a relative contact failure between two elements. So here between cotter and slot of spigot end, both the faces of cotter and slot will crush. So at this spot, that is area is equal to d2 into t. So crushing strength for this spigot end will be P is equal to crushing stress into area. So P is equal to sigma CR into area. So P is equal to sigma CR into d2 into t. This is the crushing strength. Step number 6 is failure of spigot collar in shear. As the load comes on the spigot end, that collar will be sheared off in the form of ring. So that circumferential area of ring of spigot A is equal to pi d2 into T1. So shear strength equation for that spigot collar end will be P is equal to tau into area. So finally we'll get the equation P is equal to tau into pi d2 into T1. This is the strength of spigot collar in shear. Step number 7 is failure of spigot collar in crushing. As we know that both the faces of socket collar and spigot collar come in contact with each other. So the area of that spigot collar which is in contact with socket collar will going to crush. So you can view that area. Area is equal to pi by 4 d3 square minus d2 square. So crushing strength of that spigot collar can be determined as P is equal to sigma CR into area. So P is equal to sigma CR into pi by 4 d3 square minus d2 square. So this is the crushing strength. Step number 8 is failure of socket end in tension. So because of tensile load P, socket will going to fail in tension at slot. So you can view this area. So area of that socket end in tension, outer area minus inner area, then areas of two slots. So area is equal to pi by 4 d1 square minus d2 square minus 2 times d1 minus d2 into T. So tensile strength equation can be determined, that is P is equal to sigma T into area. So finally strength equation P is equal to sigma T into pi by 4 d1 square minus d2 square minus d1 minus d2 into T. Step number 9, failure of socket end in shear. In this failure, because of load P, cotter will remove two pieces from socket collar, from upper portion and from lower portion. So therefore area will be, area is equal to d4 minus d2 into C. So we can determine shear strength of socket end, P is equal to tau into area. So P is equal to tau into 2 times d4 minus d2 into C. Step number 10, that is failure of socket collar in crushing. So because of tensile load P at upper slot and lower slot of socket collar, that slot will going to crush. So that area A is equal to d4 minus d2 into T. So we can determine crushing strength P is equal to sigma CR into A. Therefore P is equal to sigma CR into d4 minus d2 into T. This is the crushing strength equation. Step number 11 is failure of cotter in bending. As we know, cotter is in upper portion of socket end as well as in lower portion of socket end. So we will consider uniformly varying load at that two portions. Then part of cotter which is in contact with spigot end, at that portion we will consider UDL, that is uniformly distributed load. So at center we can determine the bending moment, M is equal to P by 2 d4 minus d2 divided by 6 plus d2 divided by 4. And we know that cross section of quarter is rectangular. For rectangular cross section, section modulus that can be determined as z is equal to tb square upon 6. So we will substitute this value in bending stress equation. Sigma b is equal to m upon z. So sigma b is equal to p by 2 d4 minus d2 divided by 6 plus d2 divided by 4 divided by tb square upon 6. In this way, we can determine the bending stress of quarter. So this is the detailed summary of design of socket and spigot quarter joint. For that we have performed 11 steps. So just have a look on this table. We have number of steps, their failure areas and their strength equations. Hope so, dear students, you enjoyed today's most important session on design of socket and spigot quarter joint. Inshallah, in next sessions, we're going to see more such videos which are helpful for your curriculum point of view. This is for today's session. To view more such videos, just subscribe my channel, Aftab Alam Muqaddam. Thank you all of you for watching.